Hi, ladies and gentlemen. We're in for another big day after a great Friday and Saturday. I hope you all enjoyed the money matches that we've had so far. We've got some good matches today. The first match that we have on, well, it's obviously there's two playing. We have Anthony Kotze versus Shane Burke, and in the other game we have Ara Raimona versus Rob Ellis. And what I'll do is I'll just grab the guys to come over and have a little chat. Shane. How are you, my friend?
Good, mate. How are you?
Excellent.
That's the way.
Mate, we've been talking about this for a few years. You've always said that you'd like to jump on and have a crack at one of these. Put this up to your mouth if you're going to have a chat. You've been looking forward to doing this.
Yeah, 100%. You know, give it a crack. You can only win or lose.
Yeah, that's right. We've played some pool together.
Yep.
We know that you've got quite a lot of ability, and I'm looking forward to seeing you go.
Yeah, same. Thank you.
And how's your preparation been?
It's been good.
How's it?
I'm sore.
Are you?
Yeah.
You got the sore back and the neck.
Yeah.
All right, Shano. Well, I wish you all the best in this, and I hope you enjoy yourself and
Thank you, mate.
and have fun.
Cheers.
Thank you. Ara.
No, Anthony. He's playing Anthony.
Oh, Anthony, mate.
Come on, Ara.
Sorry. See, yeah, Anthony. That's how I'm going.
Playing Anthony.
I know.
About 3 hours ago.
I know.
Chris, that.
There is the big fella.
How's it going, Rudy?
Mate, you're all sweaty.
Fucking sweaty, aren't you?
Oh, mate.
It's for hard work.
Mate, we've been here. We've done this before.
Yep.
I feel like this is at least 4 or 5
Four
matches.
now.
Four matches. What's your record at the moment?
3-1.
3-1.
Yeah.
Who did you lose to?
I lost to Michael Hart.
Michael Hart.
Last time out,
the last time you played. Do you feel since your last match you've improved at all, or?
Yeah, if you don't improve, you just go backwards. So you got to take the loss and make it count, because you got to learn from it. If you don't learn from it, not worth doing. But we love this.
We do
What
love
we
this.
do.
What do you think that you're going to bring to the table today? A little that you're going to do a little bit differently to your last match.
Everything's about routine now. So if you don't have a good routine, you struggle, and the pressure gets to you, and you break down. And I found that in my last match. So I've been focusing on routine, getting everything right, and it's a bit of a bittersweet because I know Shane very well, and he got me into pool.
Yes.
And so it's just about fitting to get back into it and have a match with him. So.
Oh, well, that's wonderful. A couple of mates sort of playing pool, and that's what it's all about. Have a drink afterwards.
That's it, man.
Good on you, buddy. All the best.
Cheers.
That was Anthony. Ara. And to the next match, Ara versus Rob Ellis. There he is. Here you go, Ara. Hello, mate.
Hey, mate.
How are you?
Yeah, good, mate.
Mate, this is Reedy's Q Sports.
Yeah,
You happy to be here
yeah, definitely. Watched a few of these matches
over the times?
over the last few years.
Mate, we're very happy to have you.
Thank you.
I haven't seen your game. I've never seen you play, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Carlos has talked you up a fair bit. He says,
no.
he says, Ara, he goes real well. Look, mate, the main thing is to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Enjoy the experience, win or lose. Just enjoy what you're doing and have fun, be fair, and
That's the whole idea. That's the whole idea.
and have a beer with the opponent later.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Good on you, mate. I hope you do well.
Thanks, Rudy.
Enjoy yourself.
Cheers, mate.
Rob. There he is.
Mate, how are ya?
Yeah, really good, mate. it's good to see you here and
Yeah,
having
mate,
a crack.
thanks for giving us a piece for doing it.
I feel, you've wanted to do these just put this up to your mouth.
Yeah,
I feel
mate,
you've
yeah.
wanted to do this for a long time.
For a while, yeah, just
Yeah.
to put myself on the spotlight and see how I go, and just put myself in that pressure. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
yeah, I like it. How are you feeling about it?
Mate,
Are you-
I've got mixed nerves.
You got you got a little
nervous,
bit
a
nervous?
Yeah, a bit more scared that I'm going to look like a muppet.
Oh, that's unreal.
Yeah.
That's unreal. You won't look like a muppet.
Yeah, mate.
Okay.
Alright.
Everyone has a crack in these.
That's it, mate. That's
No, you're not judged.
That's good. That's what
And
I'm just glad everyone else
no
will
one,
feel like that.
no one judges it. The only bloke that judges is Jay Windross. No. Listen, no one judges anyone,
that's good, mate.
and
That's good.
everyone knows that we put on all standards.
Yeah.
And
'Cause it is a nervous thing putting
course it
yourselves
is.
on the spotlight.
of course it is,
Yeah.
mate. I want you to have fun.
Oh, we've got to have fun, mate. I'm
And
going to have fun.
Enjoy yourself.
I will.
Have
I will.
have a beer later.
Will do, mate.
Do you,
Will
do
do.
you don't mind a beer every now and again?
No, I'll drink at home, mate. I
Okay.
drink at home because with the medication I'm on. Yeah, so, yeah. But my preparation's been pretty good.
Yes.
I've been playing races to 11 with people.
Excellent.
So, mate, yeah, but I'm going to have fun.
Good luck, Rob.
All right then, mate. Thank you.
Cheers, mate. And that's all we got for now. And we'll get in the commentary and have a bit of a chat about the matches. And we look forward to seeing you soon.
reading that little corner.
That's,
That's the red part.
so that's the but that's the channel on the Anthony Bingo match.
See, it's what this is reading. So this tiny little section of red here, when there's no names in there at all, it picks up the tiny little corner here. And what I've done is I've got a little speck of red and then I've drawn it out. So no matter what size name, no matter how long the name is or how short the name is, there's nothing in there at all. It's still going to pick up a little bit of red in that box there. That's going to highlight. So when that blacks out, that blacks out. It doesn't matter what names are in there. It's just because I didn't have this. This was set up with instead of which it automatically does every time it's closed. That's what that is. So what these little red sections are, they're picking up the red background to this, which is a tiny little section of this corner of the box, which I've extended out to cover this area. So when they tap it
So
on,
even though this is Rob and Ara, but it's their time clock, and it doesn't matter that this says VG and Alex,
it's
it's just reading.
it covers
Yeah.
it covers the shot.
Yeah.
And that makes it doesn't matter. The only reason it's like that is because I've set the settings to any code that's got reading to the red one. And that's why this is not like that. If you open up the other one, it's going to say like that.
Oh yeah.
So it was reading this shot. As soon as I went to this one, and I typed in here, reading table 2,
Yeah.
saved it, and now it's reading the shot clock that's being used on table 2. That's the shot clock. It's just
So
I
that
haven't.
says shot clock table 2, table 2.
Yeah.
Why is it 3 of them?
So this one here
Yeah.
is the main shot clock. So I've got 3 snippets of the one string. So that's for that. That's for that extension. And then that one's for that extension.
Would you not say extension ext table 2, T2?
No, because I can't rename it.
Ah,
Because it's
okay.
a copy of the same. And I'm using that one browser.
Yeah.
So I'm using this browser here. And what I've done is I'm using different, you know how we ultimately we snip and we copy. So
So
this
this is
one
like
here.
your master.
So they're all the same. This is this whole screen here.
Yeah.
This one here I have trimmed it, so it's seeing this, and I've dragged that into that box.
Right.
This one here is this little square here, which I've dropped to it down to and then expanded it to this one here.
Yeah.
And then this one here is that little corner here,
Yeah.
which I've taken, dropped it into and then expanded it and saved it. So it's reading just this one browser. So anything that happens on this browser, which is
It duplicates to all of it.
yeah.
Okay.
So if I rename this, it'll rename all 3. And that obviously goes to, so we're going to table 2. So we've got shot clock table 2, shot clock table 2, so it's really active lots. So it's really active here. It's really active lots.
I think I get it. It's just confusing because I would have named them. So you can't even, you can have, this is your master. So that's, you could have
Ideally, I
that
like
as
to
your
have-
master, and then could you not put da-da-da in brackets?
No,
Won't let you.
because it's a copy. So if I rename that, it would rename all of
Rename
those.
all of it. Yeah, okay.
Because you know how you copy pasted like favourite pictures
Yeah.
from table 1 onto dual table. So it was like the boxing or the photos. So I've got 3 of the same instances. I've just
Same
snipped
file.
there
You've
is
got a
a
file, but you've got all these little things off the
I mean,
Nah, he's back. He just saw me pick up the mic. The shoe. Oh. You going to commentate? Love your work. Shooby-dooby-doo. Well, I just picked it up because I'm like, well, there's no music going on in here. There's no noise going on, and it's, you know, these guys need to have some commentary. So do the people at home. Morning, Michael. Ha! Come on, Rob. Yep. Well, here you go. You can take that, swap you that. I was taking photos, handing you over to the crew, because you don't want to listen to me.
The second string.
What I was about to say on there was Anthony just had a bit of a brain fart.
Yeah. He did. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to day three of Reddy's April Q Sports April money matches. We have On table 1, Robert Ellis and Ara Raimona. Table 2, Anthony Kotze and Shane Burke. Probably would have seen the frame end quite abruptly on table 2 just before. Anthony, I think, forgot what colour balls he was on after Shane turned the table over and knocked one of his balls in, and he's gone to play a yellow when he was actually on red, and unfortunately, in the rules these days, that's a lost frame. Morning, Sherry.
Morning, Jay-Z. Good to see you, bud.
I'm just mounting up these nicknames at the moment, aren't I?
Well, you know, when you're that cool, you're going to collect those nicknames.
Cool. Just because I've got a necklace doesn't mean I'm cool.
Just accept it, mate. It's not cool to not accept it. Yeah, good morning, everybody. All the viewers. It's a pretty tense atmosphere in here at the moment. I think it's just because it's so quiet. It's almost too quiet. If you hear a little bit of, might just be the players are a little bit nervous.
Or you.
No, I'm all right.
No.
I'm not nervous.
T-Bone, is the T-Bone thawing out? Oh, good, yep, good morning everyone watching who have tuned in for day 3 and the 3rd day in a row if you're here. If you've only done 2 days, just be better. T-Bone, sorry not T-Bone, we're looking at Tomahawk tonight.
Maybe. I think we finished pretty early today, so I might be able to get one out of the freezer and get it thawed out in time.
Just set it on the balcony and let the surf air just thaw it out.
Yes. And if it's a living on the sunny Gold Coast, you just hang your meat out on the balcony and it's good to go.
I've been in trouble plenty of times doing that.
Have you?
Yes, I have.
Oh, you know, I've done that last time and people like in the next building's like, that's too big. Well, you know.
Come on, children.
What's it? Those tomahawks are like a kilo,
2 inch thick.
1.2 kilos.
Just 2 inch thick, mate. They see the smoke coming from the apartment.
Like, laughing. I don't know what's wrong with her.
See the smoke coming from the apartment, and all of a sudden they see a man with some meat hanging out the balcony, just thawing out.
Righto, back to the pool.
Well, it's just a meal for
Bone-
two. It's just a meal for two. That's
Bone in or bone out?
Oh dear.
let's get it raw. Let's move on.
Well, the tomahawk. Do you cook it with the bone in or bone out? Obviously, in. Oh, bone on. Okay. Lovely. Oh well, it doesn't really fit in the fry pan when you do the sear.
No, it does actually.
It does?
The ones you get from Coles.
Cooking.
Get the ones from
Jay's a
Coles.
great
Yep.
cook.
Or you got to get a bigger fry pan, mate. You get those cheap Chinese ones. No good.
I got one of these new big Weber slate,
Did ya?
30-inch, yeah, huge flat plate.
I'm going to invite myself to your house one day because I like the look.
Always a bit.
I like the idea of. I saw your pool room set up.
Oh yeah.
And you, I think, having a hit with was it Nathan Appleton?
Bo Young.
Bo
Young.
that's right.
I was actually meant to be playing doubles with Bo today, but unfortunately, Reedy said I'd be disowned in the family if I didn't come today. So
Yeah. Turn up on day 3.
Nah.
Be a man.
broken. Unfortunately, I broke my finger at cricket on my bridge hand. So putting weight on that at the moment is not. That's a good shot there by Anthony. Good shot. Great shot.
Is that on?
Yeah, that's on.
Gotta be on.
That is on. That's on. So yeah, unfortunately had to withdraw on Bo, which I didn't want to do, but unfortunately.
So did he have enough time to get a replacement? I'm guessing.
Well, he was going to ask Dickie, but obviously Dickie's down at the Old Dogs in Hobart this weekend.
Yep. Anthony come back after he accidentally ended the last frame early. Jay, I mean, some people that can kind of get in their head, they throw a frame like that, but he's obviously shaking it off, which is a good pull.
Yeah. Look, I'd rather a dumb error that I can sit there and sort of giggle at myself at because I've made a dumb error rather than
Blow it. Easy
knocking the 8 in out of turn or something like that. So that's just me turning around saying, okay, well, I just wasn't aware, I wasn't noticed.
Yeah.
I should pay more attention to what's going on in the frame. So Yes, Carlos, brain fart. Yes, mate. Come around whenever you want. Always a bed for you, mate.
Thanks, bud. I'll do that. You'll be my second.
It should be
friend.
Anthony's break. If Shane broke first, it's Anthony's break. It's fourth frame.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
If Shane broke first, this is the fourth frame, so it's Anthony's break.
So he breaks on the
Evens. He breaks on the evens. So if it's frame 4, he
Even
breaks
score.
on the no, uneven. He breaks on the uneven score.
Oh, yeah.
Shane breaks on the even score.
Oh, it's good, mate. I'm looking forward to coming up to Sunshine Coast. You'll be my second friend on the Sunshine Coast, third friend in the world.
My bestest friend.
You're in my top 3, there's no doubt about it.
Oh, stop. You're going to say something different as soon as we're not sitting next to each other.
Well, once you get a fourth friend, you might slip to.
That's all right. Look, I'm happy to be in the top 5, to be honest.
Yeah.
And you've only got 4 friends. That's all right.
Carlos liked my comment of
Brain fart. I don't think he caught up with it. He just asked. So, and Osama filled him in.
any time over 40 you're allowed to have brain farts.
So you had a good one yesterday, mate, and you went home and refreshed, came back, watched some pool, and watched an amazing main event last night. Plans for today? Celebration party or anything like that, or you just?
No, mate, I'm happy just to come down and support the people who have put themselves on the line today and jump up for the money match. I mean, Anthony, he's plays in our team on Thursday nights, so obviously here to support Anthony. And you know, it's good to see Rob and Ara jumping in for their first time, and both of them look quite nervous, understandably. And you know, some people playing money matches thinking this isn't their thing. But you know, those who do, I think hats off to them, because they're putting themselves out there in different ways, and there's a lot of different fears and emotions they've got to deal with. So it's good on them.
Well, there's no. I think that's the thing about Reedy and putting these money matches together. There's no discrimination. It doesn't matter how good or bad you are. If you want to put your hand up and put yourself in this sort of pressure and in this sort of environment, and there's someone of equal capability, or if there's someone you want to call out, sort of at a higher level, he will more than happy give you the opportunity to.
Well, I think you mentioned this. I heard you. Must have been when I was at home when you were commentating last night, and I remember when Reedy said, "Oh, do you want to play in a money match?" And I'm like, "Mate, I haven't heard me playing a year." And he's like, "No, we'll match up to somebody who's at a similar level to you." And you know, that's fair. I mean, nobody has to take on the match if they don't feel like it's, you know, they've got a chance or they don't want to take it on.
Yep.
And Reedy's, I think, pretty good at
Matching.
yeah, matching people up and even saying to people, listen, I think you're probably not ready to take on this bloke. At the end of the day, it's still the player's choice.
Did you call it frozen?
No.
Okay, well it's not frozen then. No.
Happened yesterday as well, yeah?
Yep. Yeah, so he does. He matches up. He doesn't want anyone to go out there and get blasted away. But as you said, if someone calls someone out of a higher caliber and wants to test themselves, he won't say no. But definitely won't. If someone puts a hand up and say, "I want to play a money match," he definitely won't put you up against someone who you don't believe is comparable. I suppose is the best way of putting it. So.
So Rob Ellis has got out to a 2-0 start, and he's just got himself in a bit of trouble on the black ball here. He's right up against it. It must have been touching ball because he shot away from it and played played a good snooker actually.
Just didn't want that
Just
kiss.
caught that on the way
Yeah,
back out.
just didn't want that kiss.
Just made that a little bit harder for him.
I don't think potting balls here
I
is
think
the.
just the turnover shots that go, yeah.
Yeah.
If you can hit it.
I don't think potting balls here is what Anthony needs to do here. And he's gone to pot that and essentially left the cue ball pretty much in a similar position. And if he's going to turn the table over, he's got no traffic on the table as well. So he's going to play that shot with more balls on the table.
If you're Shane now, would you be running that yellow down the rail inside the black?
Myself personally, I'd be getting the 8 ball away from that corner. But he's got a chance here to knock them all in. He can play the reverse double.
Should put it?
No.
Straightened up.
Yeah. Now he can play the turnover.
Anthony has to play the turnover shot
Yep.
right here and let him sneak it.
Yep.
That's the shot.
Absolutely it is.
Mate, I watched my first game back from yesterday, and it's a hard watch. Okay.
And you probably heard us on comms as well.
No, but you guys, well, you were saying the right thing, but you were very kind in the way you were saying it.
Oh look, I have to be. I mean, we're here to educate everyone and also educate those who are watching back, and we're definitely not going to sit there, no, that's the wrong shot, because a lot of the times we're going to get proved wrong sometimes. So, okay, well, you know, it worked. We don't know the only way.
It definitely didn't work. Well, no, the thing is that I can hack when I'm under pressure if I don't execute a shot like I wanted to.
Mhm.
That we all do that, you know. But when there's a really obvious shot, especially when you've got ball in hand and you're not promoting a dead ball, that's a lot worse. You know, that's just a really, really poor decision. I think sometimes when you
Long double here.
turnover
I think the long double.
and then put it on the inside of the red.
I think the long double might have been the option. No, it wasn't on my. But you know, I learn when I watch these matches as well. Take a lot in.
Well, see, Ant's in control of his frame here. Who plays this?
He doesn't need to rush.
But Anthony?
So yes, going back to your review of your first frame yesterday, I'm interested to hear I'm interested to hear the feedback that someone has of themselves. To me, I get the best feedback of myself not immediately. I will wait. I will wait a week. I will, you know, and it's you know, they're sort of coaching tactics they use in business and things like that. Is when you want to review yourself and you're prepping yourself for, that's a great shot. That's a brilliant shot. And you're trying to develop your skills, and especially for public speaking and things like that, is to present yourself on camera and then forget about it for a week and then go back and review. You might turn the audio off and watch yourself just to see what physical clues you pick up as to what you do. You might turn the screen away and just put the headphones on and listen to yourself as to how you talk. Once you close off other senses and you watch, and then you close off the other senses and you listen, you can pick up so much more. So I like to take away the emotion of the match, like you mentioned. So take away the whole process of, I'm furious about this frame and that frame and that frame. I know it's coming up. I'm already in that mindset, so I'm upset and I'm going to, you know, be on myself. I'm going to separate it for a week and then review, and then I'm going to judge, and I'm more likely to retain
I think it's really good
any
advice.
sort of information.
Well, you're being a lot more objective. Yeah, and it's just going to depend on the person as to what the time frame is. I mean, for me, generally, I can watch a match back almost straight away.
Mm-hmm.
But but I remember I had one match where I just really played poorly, wasn't happy with my own performance, and I had to wait a few days before I could actually watch it objectively, like you said. But it's actually good because you get to see something, because when you're playing, you've got the emotion and other things that you're processing, whereas when you're watching it on the stream, you're just getting the raw data, which is the balls. And you're going, what the hell was I thinking there? I've just taken the wrong ball, or I should have just, turned this one over, or whatever it was. But also what I notice is if I'm missing shots, I'll see if there's a pattern. Like at the moment, I'm missing balls most often, hitting too far to the left of the sighting line. So now I know I've got to work on my alignment on certain shots. So yeah, it's great feedback. You can listen to what everyone else tells you about your game, but it's nothing like seeing what you actually did.
It's easy to get instructions, but to be able to see the adjustments sort of live on hand and knowing how to feel those adjustments, I don't think it's as simple.
Well, it's also very helpful when you've got good commentators who are talking about certain shots or alternative options, because just watching it yourself, you still might not see what you could have done differently in certain situations. So I think it was yourself and Shannon, you both were really good, and you were both pointing out, sure, you should have probably taken that rail ball here, and 100% right. It was great. Anthony's just clocked up his third frame. He's probably just starting to settle a little bit, because he's really only lost the one frame, which was a...
Ara's just got to make sure he leaves himself a shot on the boat. Sorry to cut you off.
Right. Ara would be good for him to get his first frame here. Oh, he's got it. Yes. Nice, Ara.
3-1 on both tables. It's amazing this weekend how often the scores have mirrored each other on the tables.
You're right.
It's they sort of followed a pattern.
Yep. Yeah, I remember yesterday, I think Freddie was on the next table and he was 4-1 up and I was 4-1 down.
So everything's riding on... thanks, Milosh. Yeah, I did see your message and I fixed it up, so thank you.
Oh, Milosh?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're muted.
I was muted.
Yeah, I didn't realise. I can't see the... display. It was hiding.
I'm not a fan of these microphones, as far as they should have a toggle switch to turn them on and off.
Yeah.
And a button another one for mute. Oh. Ant's got a possible...
City, how are you?
City. How are you, bud? You good? I just had Sydney turn up. I was saying to Milosh yesterday that I was thinking of you when we had one of the money matches, and
Nice shot.
Jeff Gannon was one of the players. And I was so tempted to say, "My name is Jeff."
But you did say it once. You did say that once, which is nice.
That was a. It's on yellow.
Yes.
Sure, Ant. Hopefully, Ara on this other table, Jay, is just going to settle a little bit after getting that frame under his belt.
Mm-hmm.
Getting the first win can help you settle, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to bring up what Anthony's doing here. He's taking all his balls out that are out in the open here.
Which is exactly what I did in that first frame I was talking about yesterday.
Yeah.
It's no good.
You've got one red top of the table, and we say top of the table the way we're looking at it, so the ball can top of the table. And they're all out in the open. You don't really need to manoeuvre around balls. So he's attacking those balls now, and his two yellows, they're more clustered. You've got to get you've got to work around balls to be able to land on them when they're your last two balls, but also you're sort of restricted to how far you can move the cue ball because of the reds that are close by. So early on in the frame, instead of attacking the top of the table where all the balls are open, he should be if he's looking at going game, which he is because he's starting to pot balls, he should be looking at trying to fix the cluster first, which are the balls down this bottom end here. The lowest part of the table is the area he should be looking. Because there's no work for the balls that are in the open.
Yeah, fortunately for Ant, he's popped that one over the corner now, which does allow him to get onto those couple of balls you were talking about. But
and if he's on, see, this is his most difficult ball, and the fact that he's been given an opportunity to pot it and land on it it's amazing. But I will also say the importance of the fact that he was left that ball first.
yes,
I'm saying you've got to take the clustered balls. The fact that he had a ball down here in the bottom corner is a transitional ball to get on the bottom yellow, which he just played the combination shot on. So the fact that he was on that ball to begin with, he should be taking that yellow that's top of the table because it's past the centre pocket. So he has to go high here, which he has done. Now he's got to try and land on the black.
yeah,
When you're going from top end to bottom of the table, you're moving the white so much more, and the more that you need to move the white, the more chance you have of moving out of position. So he's got to hope that he doesn't make contact, which he hasn't.
stop.
But this is what happens. So had he have potted that first ball that was in the cluster that he was left on, which was his hardest ball, and sort of screwed back a little bit, and got himself on the yellow, which he just left last then, that alleviates the top half of the table. He's got a transition ball in the bottom corner to be able to knock that in to land on the yellow that was on the bottom of the table, which then you could just roll through onto the side rail and pop the black in the opposite centre. So he had it quite easy sort of transitionally. He had one big shot he had to play, which he fortunately landed on, and then just had to screw back through the pack because it was a straight shot, and take that yellow, which is on the top half of the table. Had it have been sort of the lower end of the centre pockets, you can sort of understand.
So to summarise, what you're really saying is if you're going to try and go game, you have to have a plan to how to get on your toughest ball. And in the first part of the frame, his toughest balls were down near the black. But when he got left that shot through the gap, his toughest ball was actually the one out on its lonesome down near the bulk. Yeah. So he needed to be thinking, how am I going to get onto that? Which he could have done first shot.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. When a lot of times when I do coaching and players are up to the point of learning mapping and understanding the game, once we've got through the whole queuing process and understanding the basics, which is the top spin, the bottom spin, the natural angles, all that sort of stuff, and it starts coming into the process of understanding the game. I like to sort of instill, if you're going to pop balls, make sure you're getting value for it.
Yeah, it's got to be a reason. It's supposed to be advancing your chance to.
I mean, if you're looking at this at the start of the frame, 100%, you look at where your balls are positioned in the frame, and you start sitting there going, okay, which are my balls that are the hardest?
See, Shane's just played a. He's
shot to nothing?
Well, yeah, he's not happy with himself and missed the pot, and I don't know if he was thinking this way, but it was like you call a shot to nothing or a pot safety, and to see if it was if he hit a cushion or not. Shot Ant.
It looked like it kind of rolled off the line.
I can't call that live. I can't call that. Well, you can only call what you saw.
Well, what did Rob say? He was behind the shot.
So he's hit it from. So he was queuing over.
So it's this yellow.
Yeah, I know, but he's queuing over the back. So that's the distance that he's got to hit. Okay, and
He's barely touched it.
Here it is.
Yeah, no,
it didn't. You could see. You could see on the live stream it didn't touch a rail. They're lucky he jumped out of the way before the yellow stopped rolling.
Yeah.
See. Yeah. Anthony's taken that frame there, but I think with a little bit more game management, Shane probably had that frame in his hands.
Yeah, look, quite lucky. I think if you go back to last night and you watch, you sort of watch the main event and the matches leading up to it, you'll see that if players have started to go game and they've ended up missing a last ball or ball of black or something like that, 99.9% you lose from there. The player with the most balls on the table wins.
Yeah, and even in what I've learnt from Reedy in a short time, even though we're just talking about the fact that it didn't apply it in the first frame of the match yesterday. Yeah, if your opponent tries to go out and they've left 1 or 2 balls left, you're sitting there and I literally say to myself, this is my frame.
Yeah.
And all the pressure's off you. You just got to play smart.
Mm-hmm. A little bit of a cluster there for Anthony. Oh.
Jay, here's a question for you.
Yes, mate.
You've been around the scene a while.
A couple of days.
I've noticed, for me, sometimes in a certain environment where you're under a bit of pressure, you might have ball in hand, and you might even have 3 really good options on how you start the out. And I've noticed sometimes you almost get like a brain stun. Like you're trying to make these decisions as to what, and you've got all these options, and your brain goes on stun. It's like you're looking at everything, but it's almost like your brain's stopped its critical thinking. Is that something you've come across, you hear about? Is there a term for it?
I don't think there's a term for it, but I understand what you're saying. I think you just got to get to a point where, especially in that situation where it sounds like to me everything's there, and you just got to go, okay, well, this is how I'm going to go.
You just got to make a decision and start.
Yeah. And I think the best thing to do is just to work back from the 8, work back from the black.
Well, and it might not even be an out. It could be like we talked about, where you've got to get one of your dead balls out, but so for some reason your decision making goes out the window.
I got to a point, especially early on in international rules, is coming from world rules, transitioning to international rules. It's gone from you knew in world rules you had dead balls.
Yep.
But it didn't overly matter as much because you knew that you could get 2 shots whenever you wanted to get 2 shots.
Yep.
So having those dead balls didn't really matter. Now it's only one visit with ball in hand. You start sitting there ranking how bad and how dead your balls are, and the importance of getting them into play, and getting them into play and keeping the table, or getting them into play and guaranteeing yourself to get back to the table.
Yes.
So
you basically would have not laws, but like a rule of thumb: ball in hand, deal with your worst ball first. Not always, but the general rule of thumb.
But again, we go back to that term I used before, getting value.
Yes.
So you want to leave if you're leaving the table, you want to leave the table in a better position than you left it.
Yeah.
So if you're going to pot all your open balls and leave 4 balls down the rail, you're going to pot all your open balls, you've got 4 dead and you chip 1 out, all of a sudden you've left the table in a worse condition because you've left balls that are in bad position and that are out of the way for your opponent. You've taken balls off the table for your opponent, so there's less traffic. You're not getting value. Yeah. So the nice shot.
It's a
Good effort.
good shot. Although I think Ant can take this red in the middle hole.
So it's still got pocket control. It's a tough red to get out.
Yeah, I think at some point Ant's probably just got to try and run that red that's off the rail down where his hand is now, just near the pocket.
He's just got to knock red onto red here and just get them both out in the open. He's got table control.
Yeah, he's got the black pocket covered, and the yellow probably wants to go in that pocket as well.
Yeah, so going back, I think it's the important part is making sure that with having only one shot ball in hand, he shouldn't be taking balls off the table. Shouldn't be taking that's a ball that didn't need to go in. He doesn't get any advantage by taking that off the table.
He has to get this one off the rail now and move that yellow at the same time.
and that's no value.
No,
Turning the table
well,
over and not advancing yourself in the frame.
It's actually almost forcing Shane to play the right shot here, which is the turnover, where he takes control of that pocket in front of the black. That could be a costly shot from Ant there.
And I think we've touched on this conversation right at the right time as well. Probably not the greatest shot. Probably didn't want to pot there.
Well, I think no. I thought he would have just played the turnover and left his yellow in to block the black.
Yeah. Nice shot.
Oh, Rob Ellis is pretty excited about Ara's shot there.
We're watching Rob and we've just got Rob and Ara out in the corner of our eye here, and Rob is there's actually quite a friendly game. Rob's actually cheering for his opponent as well, which
that's a good shot by Ant. That's actually got him back in the frame.
Shane does not want to be touching that yellow.
Yeah,
Shane needs to work away on hitting the yellow down the bottom here, not that one. So I would be coming off 3 rails to get to it.
He's even better off to miss it and foul, not on purpose, but it's a better result than turning over.
Yeah, I wouldn't even risk accidentally knocking his red, and then it's a good
Shot.
It's the right shot. A good result too.
Wow.
So yeah, the conversation came up at the right time.
Yeah, I think Ant's just got to make sure he leaves him off that bottom yellow. So probably he'll be shooting the other way here. Oh,
That's all right.
good result.
He's only got 1 ball to go at, but he needs to make sure that that yellow ends up in a position where once he does decide to take control of that pocket, he's got something to hide behind or to stay safe.
My prediction is going to leave it over the hole. Ant's going to take that red and try and get down and deal with those other 2. But it's not. Yeah. Got to watch the 8 ball here.
And he's fine here. He can play the turnover because that yellow doesn't go now.
Yeah, play the rail, red, soft, soft, holy.
That's all right.
Come out all right. Yep.
So yeah, just finishing off value, making sure that you're just getting value. So as you said in your scenario before, when you've got a few dead balls, the key of it, and I said I look at essentially ranking how bad my balls are.
Let's watch Ant's shot here. Oh, that's actually come out into the middle hole.
Look at the angle.
Wow,
He's got some angle as well.
It's come out nice for Ant. It wasn't an easy shot to play, no matter what you were thinking.
And Anthony's looking at trying to get towards the centre pocket here to put it in the top corner. I'd be topping through this and getting as close to the bottom of the table I can to open up more pockets.
Shot Ant.
Played it really well.
Yeah, he's just got to take a deep breath. Just roll this in with confidence so he comes back off the top rail. The top rail. Notice how I took our lesson from last night.
Bottom rail.
The science lesson, someone called it.
Might actually put it on the overlay. We'll have bottom written on the table and then top on the other end.
That's actually not a bad idea, Mr. Techno WD-40. Not a bad name for a boy band.
Oh no.
Anthony.
Oh no. Deary mate.
Wow.
Look at the shot that Rob played before. He's played a safety. He snookered. He's got a result out of this.
Hang on. This. So the shot that Ant's just gone in off. You're playing bottom on that, or just top?
Yeah, no, you're dragging it. Yeah, you're playing it with a bit of screw just to change direction, just so it changes course before it gets towards the bottom.
He did play bottom on it, but I think he pulled out of the shot a little bit.
I actually don't think he adjusted it at all. I think he played for that line.
What's happening in the hood? I'm back.
Oh, the boss is in.
I'm back, viewers.
The boss is in town. We need,
Back from taking photography.
Rob's got a yellow into the middle here.
No more talk about meatballs and shaft. So going back to the value that we were talking about before, and we wind back probably about 4 shots. Rob played a safety to snooker Ara on his last ball, which was sitting over the bag.
Ara's just missed an easy black into the middle there.
And Rob, to get the snooker, Rob's snookered, and the outcome was his yellow going dead on the top rail.
All right.
So the talk of value is if you're going to play a shot, you've got to make sure that you're getting value out of it. And while you get the snooker, while killing a ball, that's no advancement. You've got to try and keep that yellow in play while also making it difficult for your opponent.
Geez, I don't know how that punt didn't go there for Rob. I thought he played it all right, and the ball's hung in the corner pocket. They can do that a little bit on their Supremes if you don't quite get them right. Just it seemed like the ledges are quite deep inside these pockets.
It can be a bit of glue overspray as well.
I like to use that excuse, but sometimes I just haven't hit it right. So yeah, the glue got me. Sure, you hit it halfway down the rail. Stop being argumentative. Alrighty.
So yeah, getting the snooker, but at what cost?
Yes.
So you're not advancing yourself in the frame. So when you get ball in hand, your ball's dead. So you've got to find a way of getting your dead ball out. Now you got ball in hand. So you basically haven't advanced yourself. You're still a shot behind. So
That's called cutting off your nose to spite your next shot.
yeah, something like that. Something like that.
So, not sure how many viewers we've got online. Probably under 1,000.
34.
34,000.
Tuned in.
Okay.
11 o'clock in the morning. They're probably still asleep after the big main event last night.
Unless they've fallen asleep with both your commentary.
Yeah, they can always put it on mute.
You're
They can,
welcome back, Nessie.
they can always put it on mute. You can't.
No, it sounds good.
Oh well. Welcome to Reedy's Shoe Sports.
Coming out for dinner, Shuey?
Me? When?
He's hanging his meat out to thaw out.
I just think dirty when that happens. Talk like that.
You know how your mind works, Ness. Thank you. Taking a break on table 1, scores at 4-2 to Rob.
These guys haven't had a great effort. You should be having a break.
See, what's Anthony going to do with this red that makes the yellow here? Exactly what you're talking about. He's going to double this red and then go. No, so that's actually a better result than potting it, I believe. Because at least he's got a bit of traffic there for Shane, who's going to have an issue if he tries to deal with these balls now.
So it's not the process of always, getting the table and making sure your balls are out in the open and perfectly potable. It's making sure that if you're going to pot balls, that you're advancing the frame. So if you've got a dead ball, which ball can I take that I can pot to be able to get my dead ball in play? And you'll see a lot of the pros, a lot of the top elite players. You'll see they'll use a cue ball, they'll break into packs, they'll get a ball out in the open and that's the difference. A lot of the players, the lower level players, see all the pros and all the people they look up to just pop balls and pop balls and pop balls.
If Ant hits this right, he can break his yellow open. No, I didn't quite get the right angle.
They watch the pros, they watch their favourite players just pop balls, and they ignore what the
thought
process of
process,
them potting balls and why they're doing it. It doesn't just magically happen because that's the way the balls have laid for them. They're manipulating and manoeuvring the cue ball. Sometimes they're using their own ball or their opponent's ball to manipulate to create an out. So again, getting value. There's no point in potting balls and taking your options off the table if you're not getting value by doing it. That'll do. Good thinking there by Shane.
So Ant's got an edge here, but it's too fine for the pot. So Ant's got to be thinking, where can I leave this white?
I
And
wouldn't.
Can you thin off that red with the right hand side to get the white back over the other side of the table, down near the bulk?
I'll tell you what, if he knocks this yellow in, he's a genius. That's just as good. Would have liked his red in play though, rather than him sitting up against the rail.
So he's
If Shane can and this yellow doesn't drop, I'd probably just jam the yellow in the pocket.
just slide off it and come and sit on the right rail.
It's not a bad shot. All his balls are in the open. He's left the reverse, got the reverse double exit. Why is that going off all the time?
Maybe the other table's having a break at 4-2. Oh,
But again, like that's potting a ball for the hell of potting a ball. Looking at where the cue ball is, there's no outcome. There's no thought process of what am I doing next. I'm just potting it. You're best just finding a place to be safe, keep your ball on the table, so when you do get an opportunity, you can link yourself up. This is going to be
so Ant's got to play the turnover shot here, but
he can pot out here. He can play the combination shot. That yellow's deep enough in the pocket to pot both balls.
Skilly.
Yep, combination shot. He's just got to run. He's just got to run through.
Got to flush it.
You just got to run it, and you just got to run it. No, not going to get there. It was a right shot. But you just that one there.
You've got to hit it dead on.
It's hard to explain without sort of showing. So the process of the object ball. So the yellow's in the pocket. What he's got to do there with the red is make sure that the red's got that forward momentum, almost mimicking topspin. So when it makes contact, it keeps that momentum.
But
So it can roll through.
the issue you had there is he contacted the yellow to the side.
But he also played it with stun, so the object ball didn't have that forward motion. The red didn't have that forward motion. So instead of playing it with stun, which transfers some slide,
Yeah.
if he plays
I think
plays it with a bit of natural, just naturally runs
I
through
think
it.
by
at
the
a
time
nice
I got there,
softer
it was
pace.
rolling forward because he didn't play it that hard. The white only went through to the top rail.
I reckon if you run through that naturally at a good pace.
Ant's just tapped that a little bit hard. What's Ant got here? He's almost. He's going to go for the middle hole, I reckon. No, he's tried the thin cut. It's a great effort. Oh, pad on the black too. Look at that. And straight behind that, he is dead straight on that black.
No, very nice.
He's very good with the thin cuts, Ant. But
But you're correct. We're standing right behind that, and he didn't hit that ball flush on. So you've got to hit that dead straight for it to get that momentum towards the pocket. 100% agree with that. The issue is that the more times than not, if you want to get that combination shot for the ball to run through, the best shot to play is backspin. Because you accentuate that topspin, the transfer onto the object ball, the topspin. So when it makes contact with that ball, it's got some excess force that it can roll through. In that situation there, where it's off centre, you need to run through a nice smooth, with the natural roll through, which is just above centre ball. Just let it run through nicely, and it will come through, and it will roll through. But you do have to hit it front on flush.
yes.
Not a little bit off the side. Oh no. You've got to have a go at that.
Did he try and play safe then? No, I don't know. He's lined up on the pot angle, like here. So I just think he's picked the wrong. He's just hit it wrong. I don't think he was trying to play safe. He's just hit it too thick.
No, I think he's definitely tried to kill that ball at that pace. He's not hit it at the right pace that's going to go in. There's no way. You've got to. I'm not sure he actually attempted to pop that.
The only thing I can think is if he. It wasn't in off, but that's the only reason I would think you might try to play safe.
No, why it's doing that noise.
Well, I think they went on a break,
Probably
and he
showed.
just left the time clock going.
No, but it should be still going on and on and on and on.
Is that 5-2 to Ant?
Probably
Yep.
show just locking his phone or something.
Yeah,
So
okay.
5-2 to Anthony. Rob's at 4-2.
Yeah, did they want to have a break? Oh, they're having a break at 8.
So this time yesterday it had the sort of yellow haze to it. And this one was nice. Now it's
Now
yellow.
it's switched.
So it's got nothing to do with the lighting at all. The power.
Anthony's got balls going everywhere, but
What,
unfortunately nothing goes down.
Ara here. Watch Ara. He's got a yellow sitting on the red here, and he's just potting balls. Just potting balls
So he's gonna
for the sake of potting balls.
Take that one in the middle now.
but
Oh,
he's-
down here, sorry.
See
yeah.
the yellow in the
Yep.
top left corner. So there's no way that he's going to be able to pop that ball.
I don't know why he didn't take that one
Unless
into
it-
the middle as well.
Looks like he's going to play this yellow off inside the red again. He's not advancing in the frame here because he's behind. He's behind because of that yellow there. It doesn't go anywhere. What he's doing is he's opening up the table, removing all the traffic for Rob.
Removing the obstacles.
It pots the yellow, and then he's just going to turn the table over, which now has no table control because there's no reds behind that yellow.
And it's because it's so close to
And
the
he's
red.
snookered himself as well.
He can't play a skilly even if he was on it because it's touching it or so close.
You can, I mean, the only thing you can do is
Top
top
through,
spin,
yeah.
top spin, and hopefully it drags it through. That's unlucky. Now a ball in hand with no traffic on the table. And 15 minutes ago we were talking about the whole getting value for your shot. If you're taking a ball off the table, how are you advancing in the frame?
Yeah, but to be fair to Ara, he probably wasn't listening to our live stream
Oh, look,
while he was playing.
I actually take that to heart because why would you be listening to us on mute? Huh? Yeah, we talk about this because hopefully they go back and they watch,
Of course.
and they review
Yeah.
and understand what we're talking about when they go back through the footage and watch what they've done. But I think also is they're also at that level as well. They're probably playing against people of similar skill level, so they know at the end of the day they're more than likely to get another. They're more than likely to get another shot.
At the table, yeah.
So getting all my balls, I only have to pop one ball now because I'm going to get a go.
Anthony's got shotgun the rail,
Great
played
shot.
it nice.
Great shot there.
So Ant's got yellow on the right hand side that he needs to try and deal with as soon as he can.
I had that yesterday. Yeah.
Can they put the blind down, Ness?
Probably could actually. I might put those blinds down.
Yeah, perfect.
If I could critique anything here for Rob is that he's left his furthest ball away till last to link up with the black.
Yeah.
And with the angle, and if he overplays it, there's a big chance he can go in off in the centre.
See, we've got the same challenge here for Anthony. He's potting balls and he's got the dead yellow on the right hand rail.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, Rob's played that quite well.
He's hit that well.
He's quite. I'm glad I spent some time with him with his cueing. He cued that beautifully. He cued it better than I do.
Oh,
So, Anthony, when you watch this back, that yellow that's sitting there, if you're choosing to go game here, that problem ball is a problem ball from the start all the way to the very end. You need to put that into a potting position if you're going to choose to keep potting. If you can't get a ball that is going to break that out, or you can't get it to it to open it out on your first one or two balls, you can't go game. The probability and the percentages of you going game are slim to none. You're almost getting lucky to break that out. Because if you're using your very last ball to open that out, you have to be lucky enough to land on it as well. That's why we leave more object balls on the table, is that when we go to the process of knocking that ball out, if we don't land on it, we've got options.
Yeah.
And that's why we work in sections of the table. We work in the top sections and the bottom section of the table.
I think what happens if you look at these balls we're talking about in Anthony's frame, okay, Ant's yellow's tied up, but I think what can happen is in Ant's mind he could be thinking, well, my opponent's red is tied up, and I don't want to open up the opponent's hard ball. So I think sometimes that can catch people where they're
thing is
they're
that
seeing it as safety when it's...
he's removing all his yellows off the table, which is opening up more paths for his opponent to break open his ball.
No, I agree with you. I'm just saying I think sometimes that's what catches people, where you might think to yourself, well, I'm not going to open up his problem ball, but at the same time you're leaving your problem there and you haven't got a plan to deal with it.
There's no advancement in the frame.
Oh, 100%. So we're...
And now the likelihood of him being able to break that yellow open is, and keeping control of the table.
So what we're going to do from now on, Jay, is when we see a frame where they're leaving their problem ball, we're going to say he's gone the Brussels sprout strategy. He's left the Brussels sprout till last.
I like Brussels sprouts.
I do too, but you know, there's an old joke about kids and boogers. What's the difference? Can't get kids to eat Brussels sprouts.
Just because they're not self-grown. Maybe if they grow themselves.
Yeah, it's not a good joke, but you know.
That's right.
Oh, Ant.
And he's got enough.
Stop. Oh. I tell you what, played a nice double there. Maybe that was his plan from the beginning, Jay, and we don't know, you know, what we was thinking.
Well, out of the two, that was only the yellow that went. The red didn't go, so... Face double, just gets an unlucky kiss off the black. And to be honest, it might not be okay. So we're talking value here.
You're playing the rail ball.
We're talking value here. He's got ball in hand where he's got the opportunity to.
Now he's on it, but don't go too close.
Now, perfect. Sometimes when you sit there and watch people play, when they don't have ball in hand, and all of a sudden they get it in the perfect position where they wanted it. The term you generally say is, it's like you put it there.
Yep.
So when you got ball in hand, you got the opportunity to put it there. Put it there. Get to your hard ball. Get to the ball that's a problem.
Yep.
There's no need to play an open ball to try and break it out. Well done, Shane. They will go to a break now. 5-3. 5-3. One frame difference there.
So it's interesting, you know, I'm not sure how Ant's feeling at the moment. He's gone for a chat with his coach, with Reedy. He's 5-3. Serious? Yeah, so...
Is that better? Is that better? To mark it or clean it? Clean it, yeah.
Yeah, so to mark it.
If you need help, let me know.
Yeah, so if I'm Ant right now, he's 5'3". I'm thinking to myself, well, okay, we've both had chances, but of the 3 frames that he's gone to his opponent, he's hit a yellow and been disqualified in 1 frame,
Yep.
and he's potted a black and gone in off. When he had his time again, he would have just played it with some bottom and not gone in off. So there's 2 out of the 3. So he's got to be just thinking, okay, I just got to stick to my process. I'm sure Reedy's giving him some good advice right now about targeting his problem balls.
Why is it doing that?
I don't know. It's your tool.
So Rob Ellis has got a 5-2 lead on Ara at the moment. Rob's playing some smart ball. Ara, I'm not really sure if he's settled. He just looks a little bit nervy still on some of his shots, but watch this shot.
Long double.
Dead yellow.
Oh, perfect.
Missed the pot and got the extraction yellow.
And this is what we're discussing. You know, leaving the ball till last, you've got to find a way to somehow land on it, which he's landed on it, but it's not a clear shot. But
Just going to quickly zip to the bathroom, mate. I'll be
yeah,
back.
no worries. Do you want to take the mic with you?
No.
Okay.
I've heard enough of me dribble, but
Nice little touch there from. You might just drop this in. Doesn't need to overplay it. Just drop it in. She does do. Needs to knock this one down the rail, but would want to punch it in just to get the cue ball to come out a little bit towards the black. Decide to run it. Rob's just called a foul on himself. He's touched the red which he was queuing over, so not that you'll be able to see. But he's called the foul on himself, so thank you, Rob. And it's definitely moved back an inch or something also.
Frederick, stop eating these lollies. Yeah, I'll go wake up you. He eats other people's lollies.
Oh. Is that the...
Garbage disposal unit.
Who was that little... What was his name? The Smithy's Chips thief? Was it the Smiths or the... Was it the Samboy? I think it was the Smiths. He'd run around saying, chippies! The cobble dog. The cobble dog. The cobble dog. We've woken Nessie up. Oh, nice shot there for Anthony. Just one good pot here. It doesn't need to be perfect. Doesn't need to be perfect. All he's got to do is make sure he just picks the gap between the two reds. The angle of screwing back is going towards the sort of the red that's closest to the Burke in the open. I was going to say that's a great shot. That's a brilliant shot there by Rob. Anthony, sorry. I was about to say his best way of countering is probably to overplay it and come off the side rail. So he's done that really well. Great frame there. Yeah, absolutely it does. Then that puts that out. You'd hope so. Sometimes we don't. Great shot, great shot. Just got to be cautious here of this yellow that's buried. Don't think the double. Oh, don't think the double goes. No, they're doing the centres. The centres are tough, but at that pace. Yeah, they're noted for doing it. There is a solution that you can rub the sleeves of the pockets with that sort of stop a lot of the kickouts. Hello, Shepard.
We're talking about Windross tight pockets.
Shibby-dibby-doo. Yeah, look, we're talking about tight corners.
Yes, Ant.
So here, Anthony, there isn't too much work in this to do. All these reds are out in the open. It's all about mapping here. It's all about just making sure everything links up, using natural paths.
He takes this ball
The long ball next to the
into
line
the
of
corner.
yellows.
He'll
Yep.
be left to the one in the middle.
Just wants to roll it.
Oh,
Yeah, just need to
he
put it.
played the right ball, the right pace.
Absolutely.
Just didn't quite get the line.
Absolutely did. Absolutely did.
That's not a Charlie in the middle, no? I
Nah.
don't think there's any. Why do they
that's
call that a Charlie,
draw.
by the way?
I don't know who brought that. I thought it was a Jackie.
All right.
I've heard it being called a Jackie as
why
well.
would it be called a Jackie?
Oh, I don't know. I don't. But that's
It
what
makes
I
sense.
call.
Yeah.
That's what it was called when I grew up.
Right,
It was called
Jackie.
a Jackie, but it's formerly it's known properly by a combination.
Combination chow mein.
Yep, that too.
He's got kind of got some awkward options here, Ant. He can take the ball into the corner, of course, but the white ball's running into his next red if he does that. He's trying to chop this one toward the middle, which is not bad. Ooh, good effort. Just caught the near jaw.
I'm almost okay with him taking the red that was over the left centre. Just
Yeah.
knocking that in and coming off the rail behind the red that it was closest to.
Yeah, the challenge with where he's left the white now, he's obviously left him on his trouble balls.
Yes. Not sure they go though because that red being in the way. Great shot. Great shot. Now he's got to get across to. He has to come up the bottom end of the table here. His only option is the left centre or the two top corners. So he's got to pop. And I think the good thing he has here is, okay, he's going to take this one on. I'm not sure where he's
He's going to try and double that past the red, I think. Whoa, let's give him some
Bit of
coverage.
traffic, bit of
Yeah.
traffic. Now Anthony does have the option to take this in the centre and drive through and
Mate,
try
I'd
and
just be
disturb
doing the
us.
turnover shot in the left corner here all day long.
But he does
leave
have the
him on
option
the
of
snooker.
turnover, but it's a tough snooker. It's a tough snooker because that yellow's out in the open. If it was another ball towards the yellow that's on the
won't
ball,
the white just run onto the rail?
yeah, but I still
gotta
think it's
get it.
on.
Yeah,
I think he's
okay.
got to get it a little bit closer
So
to the centre pocket.
red in the middle is not sitting out far enough to cover.
And the only way that he's going to be able to drop this yellow in is by, he has to play the angle of the red, which is going to push it towards the side rail, which makes the cue ball come to the top rail.
Yeah.
See, he needed to pop that harder. Look at the natural angle, that would have gone into that,
Yeah.
which is the shot I was saying, to pop that in the centre and break into him. Oh, Ara.
It's a smart shot, Ant. That's actually a good shot. I like that. He's only left him really. Well, it depends what Shano does. And I want to know on the back of Shano's shirt it says Minga.
Mincer.
Vincer. That makes more sense. because the only other way to pronounce that is Minja, which I'm pretty sure it shouldn't be.
Pretty sure it says Mincer.
Mincer, that makes more sense. Oh. A little bit of cat and mouse going on here with Ant and Shane, and it's good that they're thinking to play safe when they haven't got an easy option to pot, you know.
Shane can knock the yellow out of the rail and sort of bring it out sort of 4 or 5 inches off the rail, leave the cue ball dead on the side rail, and block the path of the open red in the top right corner. So chipping this yellow off the rail,
Yep.
leaving the cue ball on the rail, but
Yep.
blocking the path to the top right corner.
Yes.
Yep.
Got it. I like it.
So this is the shot he should have taken on before if he wants to take it on, because the angle that he had on the pot, the cue ball comes out into the open naturally, and the yellow was closer to the pocket.
Oh, it's not landed nice, that yellow, unfortunately for Shane.
I don't think Shane will be getting another shot here.
Yeah. I think if I was Ant, I'd be taking the middle ball.
Yep, absolutely, and just making sure that you sort of land centre table, sort of in the line of where he is now, just so he's got a bit of natural angle to come up the top of the table. Doesn't want to be straight. Now he's got to do a bit of work to get up the table. This is, so if he looks back, so think about the cue ball coming towards the centre of the table.
He's landed too straight here to get onto the black.
Yep. And that comes from the shot that he played over the pocket.
Well, even if he just left the white where the red was, he's got a natural angle to come across for the black there. If he had left the white where that red was, it's just a tap in.
The shot on that centre pocket, he's hit it naturally for the centre of the pocket. I am cutting that as fine as I can to pot it, so I'm coming not towards the balk, but more towards the centre of the table to leave myself a natural angle to pot that, so the cue ball comes off the top rail and naturally runs down the table. The fact that he's left himself pretty much dead straight on that.
Oh, great shot, Ant.
He's made that out a lot more harder. He's had to pull out 2 really good shots when he could have made 4 simple shots. Just by a ball over the pocket, just being able to clip it in finally, giving himself some natural angle. And that's the difference between that elite level and this here.
Getting yourself closer to your work.
Absolutely. If you can use the natural angles and the pace of the table and the natural roll of the ball to do the work for you, you don't have to force things by having to play a lot of screw and a lot of top spin and a lot of side spin, and you don't have to do that.
All right, Ara's got himself off a 3 where he was stuck for a little bit. That's nice. Okay, Shane's break. He's wanting to find a couple of frames here to peg back on Ant. Ant's just put a couple on the board since they had their break. It's a nice split by Shane. He's looking for a ball, but he's got a safe white, which is a consolation for not potting on.
Standing, sort of sitting where we are here, in the commentary area. So if you guys can, obviously on stream, we're sort of in the bottom right corner of table 2, sort of looking at the line from the bottom right corner into the left centre pocket. So that's the sort of line that we're on, and a lot of times today and yesterday and Friday, I've watched balls slowly track towards the corner pocket and the centre pocket, and it's actually drifted against the nap. Now,
yes.
I'm not a pro of the Superfine. I've obviously played on the 6/8/11 a very long time.
Well, even shooting from the top left down to the right, it's drifting to the left. Normally the net will pull it across to the right.
Yeah, normally goes
like
against the grain.
I think VJ got caught like half ball roll last night. It was very strange.
And drifting is not too common on Superfine, but especially
Maybe
for our balls.
maybe they clocked them wrong. They just redid the clock. Maybe they put it on backwards.
Well,
Well, they
I've-
got confused with the top and bottom of the table.
I've brushed ironed it, so I know that it is, the direction is correct. So I don't think I got that right.
Brushing
But
your hair backwards, just going to
Yeah.
stand up. Make it worse.
you can see by the fingerprints on the table that it is actually laid the right way.
Oh. See, Anthony's a lot more calm after the break. His demeanour, which was good from coaching with Reedy. Slow down. Go through your process.
Shot ready. I mean, Anthony.
I'm tipping a comeback by Ara over on table 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here we go. We got ready in the cockpit. We're in danger.
It's a nice little comfy for
$1.04. Reedy's going to sleep right now.
Oh. And queuing off the bottom rail.
Combination. Now, Anthony,
I think he's on that.
I think he is, but we're talking about advancement in the frame and
He's
making
got that
sure
yellow down the other end of the table.
he's got table control, which is good for him. So he doesn't need to be taking balls off the table.
So do you run this one near the middle, the yellow near the middle, onto those two balls glued at the other end to break them up?
You,
Can you go?
you
You can go off the cushion and clip the red on the inside.
I wouldn't clip the red. I'd actually clip the yellow. I'd come off the rail and clip the yellow.
How can you down here? How can you clip
Yep.
the yellow?
If you're coming off the side rail, you can hit the yellow.
Really?
Off the side rail, off the yellow.
Okay. I just.
I think he's lucky he's got a bit of angle here, maybe, to break into it, but he's taken his options off the table if he doesn't land on it.
Playing it with bottom. I'll tell you what, that's probably a good result.
It's unbelievable, Paul, isn't it? Oh. But as you said, that yellow that he's just played, that is definitely an option. If it had got to the point of the game where he wasn't at the table, Shane's just missed and he's left him in that position with only those two balls left on the table, and the cue ball's up the top end of the table here, 100% that was the shot that I would play. If all his balls were out in the open, and they were my two balls left, that's me having a go there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So if I'm Shane now, I'm actually playing the red onto the yellow and leaving the white on the bulk cushion.
Good on the Jay. Yeah, awesome. Thanks, Jay. You're onto it, man. Isn't he on? Isn't he onto it? I forget everything.
Ara's got a chance on an out here. He's going to drop this one in the corner. Hopefully he's left himself a little bit of an angle. Ara on the other table here. It's
looks a little
bit
straight.
A little bit straight, isn't
And
it?
he's,
But
he's getting down into it. Doesn't want to be
Tell you
on,
what.
on it.
Oh, he's got it for the corner, but it's a touchy shot.
It is, but
It's-
hopefully he's
it's
just a little.
about-
Needs to be a little bit
It's
off
about
angle.
2.5 inches from the black.
Needs to be a little bit off angle here.
Yeah, he's hitting down there, so.
Oh, he's played it well.
Oh,
no.
goodness!
Oh,
and he's
no.
put the yellow over the corner.
Oh, no.
That's a bit rough. Needed to take his time on that. I'll tell you what, Ants couldn't have had that come out better. A little bit, Ants out for a nice black into the corner. A little bit of a smelly one, this one, I reckon. His natural angle is he going toward the lean off it. So he's just got to play it confidently with the bottom.
No, you could just drop it in. I don't think it's in off. I don't think it's in off. You can just roll it in naturally. But he's someone who likes to play backspin and hit it firmly, so...
No, he's rolled it in. Nice.
I was going to say, I wouldn't drag it though, because that does...
Throws it wider.
That would push it in off.
Nice, Ant.
Yes.
Yep.
The old dogs. Does that put him on the loser side?
Oh, a couple balls down for Ant.
Didn't get the explosion.
No, it's
But-
funny, but he got two, almost three balls.
Everything's on.
He probably wants to take reds, but he hasn't got the easiest of starters. He's got a long one to the corner. Can he get to that middle ball?
I think he can glance it, but I'd be using that to get on. So the ball that he's right next to at the moment, I would be leaving the one over the centre to be able to get to the one that he's right next to.
I think he wants to secure the reds, which is understandable.
Yeah, but at what expense? You know what I mean? What
$1.50.
expense? Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Oh, you know, he's 8-3 up. He's gonna have a go.
I'm still not okay with just taking the pathway off the table because you're so far ahead.
Yeah, that's true. But
you've got to be confident enough to be able to pop that ball, which you said, the long ball in the corner, which is potable, easily potable on these tables.
Yes.
And that naturally puts you on that one in the centre. Because look where the cue ball's going. That puts you on the one in the centre, transition onto the one down at the very end there, which gets rid of the only ball which is an issue down that top half of the table.
Oh. I thought he was going to run that one through this side of the yellow, to the right of that yellow, so he could leave angle on that last one to get back down the other end to the bulk. And now unless he left himself to try like a screw back and try and miss those yellows. It's kind of tracking toward the middle hole if he screws back on this one, I think. Oh, that's in the hole.
Oh no.
That is in the hole.
And the red's on the left corner.
It's not an easy one, but he can chop it, I think. Left jaw, Ant saying no.
And as I was saying, you can miss these to the sort of the left jaw, and they'll drift in because it's going against the map. These tables, so well, this table is. Looks like he's playing a long double.
Oh, tell you what, if it caught the other side of that yellow, she's in the hole. See, Rob over here, he's got down to his last three yellows, but he's got that problem down on the bulk.
Just to finish off before we go on to that table, the ball that we mentioned at the start was going to be the problem ball. Yep, he ended up being his last ball.
Yes.
He ended up being the problem ball. So,
listen, for me, if I wasn't confident in taking on the long pot, I probably still would have taken that middle ball to secure the reds. But if you did, you had to have an early plan to get down to the bulk to deal with that one.
the way that he potted balls in the last frame and the frame before that, he's knocking balls like that in.
Yes.
So he shouldn't be thinking about, I'm going to take the easy ball to be on this ball.
Ooh.
He's taken his ball to be able to, the natural pathway of the out. Sometimes you've got to take the challenging ball to begin with to get your out.
Yeah.
You can't leave the challenging ball right at the very end, which he did. Okay, Grandy's on red, but there's no balls on the table for the yellows to worry about.
What's Shano got here? It's kind of got this long one for the corner, does he? He's left a nice white.
He's left a perfect white to just nudge into the black on the way through if he pots his red. This is all natural angle. He just needs to let the pace just run into this.
Yeah, he almost can't miss hitting one of those yellow or the black, right?
I think he's going to catch it. Oh, he's underhit it.
Oh. Oh no.
He's underhit it.
Oh no. He's knocked that yellow on. But fortunately, the yellow on the left is a little bit tricky.
Oh, yeah. He sent that.
I'd almost be playing the turnover shot here and saying to Ant, hey, if you're good enough to knock that black in, fair play.
I think you've got to go game now. I think you've got to try and go game.
And how would you be doing that?
I don't know.
Not sure the plan, just pot out.
If that sits, that's a great shot.
Oh, yes.
It's a good shot.
Let's remove one of the options for the black.
I do believe that it would be a... he would have been looking at the double to begin with.
Just for a minute. Yes, go slowly. Wide room cheer on you.
How are you hitting this red into the corner so that the white comes where you want it to go? Just
Red is just right where people are playing. He just sat right next to the table where people are playing.
well, is this a little bit? Is this kind of got to hit this with the bottom to straighten it up a bit? Oh,
Yeah, you got to hit that. You had to hit that firm, and you had to do it with back.
Yes, yeah.
You hit it with backspin to try and avoid the double contact, which you got. And you've got to hit it firm because you've got to get that, the double, it's got to be shallow. And playing it at the pace that he did, you have to avoid the
Double kiss.
the cue. So obviously try to, at that pace, you've got to double it thinner, which means that the cue ball is going to be going through the path of the ball. Playing it with backspin and playing it harder would have made the double more shallow. If that makes sense.
Yes. When I come visit you, we're going to do a session on what we're just talking about, those doubles where you're off angle, but also how using side will help you.
Yeah. Now you were saying that you just started implementing some side spin and things like that into your game, which is
No, I meant where you need to use side to straighten up a double.
okay.
Yeah. I saw Rusty do one and he goes, yeah, just had to hit that with better right hand side. I'm like, okay, not sure how that actually works, but it obviously did.
Just a reminder, guys, coming up next, we've got Miloš Pendo taking on Brett King, and Jason Forno taking on Matt Carter. Thank you to Jason Forno for jumping in. After his original opponent had to, unfortunately, not be able to play.
I'm just going to step away for 1 sec.
Shui's just going to depart for a bit. have Shane the break on table 2.
Go, Shano.
I love your little prompts. Because you know I'm not paying attention, but you know I'm listening. So you tell me what I need to do. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Used to do that at pockets. You'd be like, you know, I think you'll see on the overhead that this pass, and then all of a sudden the overhead pops up.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. See, that's a good wingman. Alright, so open.
Just close that for a sec. Close that tab, just to save. Yeah, no. Yeah. Now you can open the file. It's just to save the amount of RAM being used.
Apparently at 5-2, I flipped it to be 6-2, but it was 5-2.
So it should be 6-2, yeah?
2. So that was 6-2.
So actually, yeah, so the live score should be one more to Rob, because I've obviously haven't put the score on.
7-5.
Yeah, but it's not, he won that frame, so it hasn't gone to 6.
Yeah, not yet, but I did.
No,
I don't know, I haven't been here. I've been away.
no.
You've been in the helm.
Yeah. So it doesn't get updated until this frame finishes. So it should be 6-3 at the end of this frame if Ara wins this frame.
So it should be 6-2 now.
Should be 6-2 to Rob now.
6-3.
6-2, that's right. So it should be 6-3.
Because Ara
Yeah.
won that last one.
So it should be 6-3. So it should actually be one more to both.
And then,
Should be one more to both, I think. Oh no, it's 6-3, yeah. No, that's right. We are right.
you want to check any more?
No. Go to the other tab. Yep. Control C. Yep. Move the border. Move the border. Yep. You have to click on it and drag it. Just try and get the hairline as close to the top of it as you can. Just a tiny gap. That's all right. You can just press and hold down if you want. Crop it first. Oh, okay. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Cropping it's easier. It takes less time because you got less to remove the background out of. Yep. Now safe. Save copy. Yep. Save it. PNG. No PNG. Done. Yep. No, don't need to save it. So yep, done. It should already be copied now anyway, so you can just paste it every time you need it.
Just take the other banner and put it there as well. That's what I did before. That's why I was peeking around. It was right in my vision too. Yes, that's it. Put me in the dark.
So lovely.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we will be kicking off the next matches around 1 o'clock this afternoon on the proviso that these matches do finish in time. Shane has to really dig deep here to stop Anthony in his tracks. That's a great shot. That's a great shot from Shane there. He hasn't given Anthony the pot. He hasn't given Anthony anything, really. I don't think he can see that top red either. Rob Ellis, 7-5 over Ara. These boys are in their first money match ever, so having quite a lot of fun over there. Having a bit of a laugh before. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. We hope you're enjoying the streaming so far. Oh, he's missed that one. So coming up at 1 p.m. we have in match 14 we have Miloš Pendo versus Brett King and Jason Forno versus Matt Carter. Carlos Bishop was scheduled to play Matt, however Carlos injured his shoulder recently quite badly, so pretty much can't lift a cue. Could be a bursitis, I think, but hopefully he can get that sorted, Carlos. Oh, Nara's got safe. Mind you, he can come down off the cushion and just clip that in. Yep, there we go. Rob takes a 8-5 lead. Anthony very cool, calm, collected today. Another one of Brent's team members that plays in his Thursday night team. Shane also one of Brent's prior team members that used to play on the Gold Coast Association, so it's quite funny to see players that have played with Brent before back in the ring. Shane comes from up North's way, plays a lot up at North's. Great to see him again. He is one of our sponsors with Ride and Shiny. Unlucky there. Short queuing. Got to try and get that red out. Missed the pot, but got the red out, which is still not too bad because Shane's still got a bit of work to do by getting that yellow out away from the black. So even though in this next shot, Shane would be wanting to chip that yellow out. Oh, sorry. Go back to the dual table. Sorry. Get carried away. I've got the dual screen on one screen that's projected across, so I keep forgetting that I've got to change things. Great pot. Shane, where does the yellow go that's next to the black? We need to work that out. So there's a lot of work for Anthony to do. I personally would just chip that yellow in the middle of the table. I wouldn't be touching this one, and I'll be chipping that yellow in the middle of the table just up the top and leaving the white somewhere, anywhere, but okay. Now if that had gone, look where the white landed, it was on the yellow in the centre. Okay, Messi doesn't always know. Let us know what the streaming sounds like too, guys. Does it sound okay? And how the boys sounded when you had them on. Just pop this on. The boys are having a little bit of a break. It's quite difficult just to talk all weekend, so lucky you haven't had to put up with me for too much of it. Anthony's just not got to, you know, it's not over until it's over. So, you know, he's just got to still be focused on every pot. That's a great shot there. I'd like to also thank Marty and Shay for reffing. They're doing a fabulous job. Thank you very much. Oh, you swung the bat at that, Rob. Have a look at your cue action on that one. You pretty much just shoved it in. He's left Ara the long pot, and if you can just... No, it's drifted. These two boys are enjoying themselves. Keeps getting these double kisses. Yep. I was wondering if he was going to call that because he was sitting behind the ball on the on table 1. Oh, almost didn't go. One thing that I've been looking at too is the amount of time that they're taking between shots before they get down in their pot. So you've got 45 seconds plus an extension. Make sure you use them. Use that time if you need to. So Anthony's taken a little bit more time on this one. And he's taken that frame. He's on the hill. So Anthony on the hill. Ara's got a... Rob's playing quite well. There's a lady on Shane's support team. She says, "Show me your fingers." And he's like, "What? Show me your fingers." She says, "Are they all pulled out?" Yeah, they want to pull out the finger. But it's, even though Anthony's on the hill, it's not over. It's a hard fight back, especially because Anthony's is hitting a nice ball. He's quite focused. But, you know, Shane's... oh, go back. Shane's not played in one of our money matches before, I don't think. And I'm not sure how this match came about, whether Brent approached Shane or Shane approached Brent. At the end of the day, guys, you guys agree to take on the matches. So, you know, Brent will give the names and sort of say, what do you think? Oh, no, stop it. Oh, put top on it. Ara can make one back here. He just needs to just make sure of these pots. See, he's only taken 9 seconds to take that pot. And then 5 seconds for this one, which is an easy pot, so I guess that's all right. All right, so Ara takes one back. So as I've said before, it's not easy. You might be sitting on 10, but your opponent's not going to give up, because in their eyes they still believe that they can win. Because you, like that, you can just chop up a frame, or you can fall out of position. Because you're trying to just put it away. And now the out's not there, because he's now got to try and come up with something. Good way to get out. So Shane just needs to look at the reds of where they are and try and tie him up. Like, don't try and pop balls. Try and get the snooker, get the ball in hand. All right, are you guys back? Oh, righto. Righto.
I've just been over watching Ara play his matches. He's just bringing himself back closer to Rob Ellis. Rob's starting to feel the pressure, which happens, if someone's starting to catch you, it makes you a bit nervy. Ara's starting to think more strategically, getting his balls out and giving some balls over pockets. So that's looking like it's going to be pretty close, I think. Anthony on table 2, trying to develop one of those reds.
I was just saying that, Marcus, that on the thing that it's even though Anthony's on the hill, it's not easy to finish it, because you want it done. You want to get the job done, but you fall out of position or.
Plus your opponent is really fighting hard to stay in the match as well.
Yeah, that's right.
It's nice to see Shane put a couple on the board here. Just
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
get a little bit of a run.
Yeah.
He's got a shot into the corner. He wants it. Quite wasn't in the final. He's run into that. He's taken the middle. Okay. He's actually got an out here. If you can take the ball to the right and goes to the Ellis. Just run it through fringes.
Rob thinks Irish just touched that yellow.
Oh, you're there. You're still there. You're never far away. Be my eyes.
Yeah.
That's all right. Hop out the way. So what do you think happened?
I was looking at it. I didn't see it move. Rob
Oh, the
thinks
top
it-
yellow.
it's just- Rob hasn't claimed he did. He just wants to check.
Is he talking about this one?
Yeah.
I can't see
Can't
it.
see it move.
I
His
can't.
shirt might have touched it, but I can't see it from there.
No.
So
I ran over. I didn't see it.
I can't.
No.
Just make sure you're active. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So they've got to be like around it.
We were sitting down. And
Yeah.
just checked it.
Yeah. No.
There's no information there for me to overturn.
Yeah. Why am I?
It's a nice shot from Shane.
Jay, can you just check that last shot? I think it came out from the rail. I don't think it hit a rail afterwards. I'm not sure. I'm looking at the path of the
Shane's shot on the yellow.
Shane's shot going down the rail, so it went into the balls on the rail. Did it come off and hit another rail or not? I think
Slow it
might be
down.
simultaneous contact.
How many pool players does it take?
Fair shot. I haven't sent it yet. We haven't called
Hang
it
on,
yet.
hang on.
We haven't called it yet.
Sorry.
We haven't slowed it down to check it.
That's still fair shot, sir.
Fair shot, they're still looking at it.
Yeah, I thought fair shot when I said it, but if they're going to keep looking at it.
Yeah, yellow first for me.
I think it's a good shot.
I don't know if it's hit it twice though.
Hello.
It might have been simultaneous contact. Yeah, it wasn't frozen on the rail, it was about a minute or two off the rail.
Yeah.
That's all right, just play on. Just play on. I'll play it from me.
Well, I think it's actually hit it twice. Yeah. I think it's hit it, and then it's hit it again.
It's alright, he's playing on. He's not calling a foul on it anyway. He doesn't care. It's fine. He doesn't care. Move on.
Yeah, but I think it actually hits it first and then hits it again, yeah. I'm watching the cue ball move angle just before it's around.
We're so close, you can't call either way. Yeah, just maybe because we can't see the other side. That'd be
Captain Curious.
I reckon it's hit it first and then hit it again.
It's a tough one. Simultaneous for me. I'm still looking at it. That's a great shot by Anthony. Nice pot. So this is for the win for Anthony.
I feel like it's hit it twice.
He just needs to stay calm on this last shot. Unfortunately, it's not Shane's day. It's not over yet.
Yes, Anne. That's a good win by
11-4. I'm just going to take this off, guys.
Give it a go. It's not easy. You're not used to the pressures of playing for money, playing on a live stream, playing in front of people commentating, playing in front of your friends. It's a lot of different emotions in each sense.
You're muted.
Come on.
I did. I reckon it's hurt twice.
Brett, they're still in the match. Out.
I think it's hurt twice. I think it's hurt and then on the way up. Yeah. I'm not a ruler. I said he's hit it twice. It's hit the rail and hit it again. I know, that's what I'm saying. He's hit it twice. So he's hit it, he's hit the rail and he's hit it again. It's made it look like he's hit the rail first and then hit it. But what I'm saying, when I slowed it down, he's hit it, hit the rail and he's hit it again. That's a fair shot. Yes. It's a fair shot.
Thanks, buddy. That was great. Caught a loss of frame. They're rare. They're rare, those calls.
Okay.
And you know you made a good call. They worked to make that call. I know. Have you ever made loss of frame call ever? Yeah. Have you had many? Just a couple. They suck.
No, well, only loss of frame ones where. So I've called plenty where they've accidentally hit the wrong ball, but in the rules it's a loss of frame. But I've called ones where they've had an attempt at trying to.
It's pretty brutal. Can you tell me what the rule is?
Doesn't matter, it's loss of frame.
It's just loss of frame.
It's loss of frame, it's part of the rule.
Yeah, but if he says, I didn't guess that, I suppose.
Yeah, but I mean, if they're not worried about it, then it's not a foul. I'll just keep playing. Even if I haven't got the ball, I'll just keep playing. And they'll go, no, it's a foul. I said, well, it's either a foul, that's a foul, and it's not a rule.
This game's not a game to watch.
It's not for.
No, I'll go half of yours, whatever. Just put them in the bag or in my wallet, whichever one. I'll find them.
Just trying to think of some really aggressive people to play ball. Shannon is one. James Gallows another one. Brenton Collier is another one. No, they've got huge ankle.
Gella's done the work. That's why he's advertised his expertise in.
I'm just saying what it's over 30 years old. Where I've seen huge front press rooms and punching tables. You've seen that as well.
I know that. But I don't know how. I put him in the line.
I don't know how he's been able to become as great as he was with that ankle. I suppose it's just worked over hard. Brent Ennis is just as bad.
Yeah, he doesn't. I think both of them are sort of matured now. Most of them are aggressive. Most of them.
Oh, does he look a sticky?
Absolutely.
I would have said that. I would have said unless you've seen it. Have you seen it?
No, I start like that. So I don't know. Great Barrier Reef up
In 30 years, so that works out to be one every.
Ladies and gentlemen,
About one every 5 years, maybe.
Ara's hanging in there.
Would you do a?
He's on table 2. He's on table 2 next.
Would you do? Jay, would you?
I haven't decided yet. I'll be putting Milosh on table 2. Milosh and Brett King.
What about a smoker?
Are you back?
I'm going to go get something to eat.
Yeah, cool.
Sick of toasties.
Yeah, I know, right.
What time's this?
We end up like bellies just like after we've been here for a weekend, just real tight, like it's just, I'm just not going to eat today. I'm done. Oh, no, you can't change it because it's going to change it here. You can't change it. Yeah, I know, but it's going to change it on here.
No, but this is the preview.
Yeah, I know, but once you go live, it's going to change it on here and change the names. Yeah, it's changing it on there. So no, we can't change anything yet. Just yet. It's all right, I've got plenty of time. Yeah, so just change it all back. Can you? change that photo. Although you can't see that, but that's alright. Just get rid of that. Milosh, I'm going to put you on this table here.
No, I can change the pictures on there. Just the pictures are fine. Pictures are Pictures are fine because they don't come up on the Thanks, mate. Thank you. The bloke doubled the ball into the corner. He's like, oh, you know, he's doubled into the centre. think that's yellow first, the way it's looks yellow first. Yellow first. Hello everyone, sorry for the non-comms, just organising some stuff in the background. Michael Hassel there, Milosh, well he's here now. Hello Mike, thank you for tuning in. We are watching the feathers blow around on the top of Rob Ellis's head here. It's, oh, he's really got a result there, but almost lucky, almost lucky. Good shot there from Ara, well controlled. Take this to a 9-all game. So a reminder, coming up next, Milosh and Brett. We have Jason taking on Matt Carter. Thank you for Jason for putting his hand into play. Unfortunately, Carlos Bishop has injured his shoulder, so unfortunately not available to play. But Jason put his hand up and said, I'll have the spot, so we're looking forward to that match. Matt Carter, Sunshine Coast, first money match. Coming from the live snooker world. Scheduled 1 PM start, but will start after this match has completed. So keep your eye out on the new stream. You guys are on this one.
What's the format? Is it 30-second shot clock, 45-second?
45-second shot clock, one 15-second extension per frame. So same as international rules.
Yeah. And it's not went on pop black. Just normal international rules. Not
Yeah, no, there's no golden break or golden duck. No.
Should have worn a short sleeve, mate.
It is short sleeve,
Yeah, okay. It's hot in here.
I don't work in the desert.
Okay.
Like 6XL, 5XL.
Might have one. If you were 5XL? Are you a 5?
I think so. Who makes it?
I don't know, but we'll give you one.
What size are you?
I'm only like a double XL, mate. And
Well, I'm about 3 times your size, so I'm 5XL should
let's see how we go. Let's see if we got one. I don't know.
No, I'm all good. It's all good. I'm fine.
Okay. He's only got a 4. 4 won't do it? No.
Not unless you want someone looking like this one down on your camera, mate.
Yeah, give him one anyway, and it's got to, that's his goal to fit into it. All right?
I'll give you some extra reward for finance, mate.
No, thank you.
Do you need me? Oh, no, you don't need me yet, I was going to say.
Yeah, whack it on. Commentate out the end of it.
You need to get set up for interviews at home.
Yeah, that's all right.
well, that's why we're bringing in a new affiliation process. We tried to make it $100 to be affiliated to the ABL. And then the state bodies go, I know you're going to pay that, and now it's $15 or $35.
Yeah.
And we're like, this isn't, it's not to make people rich, it's actually to be able to. Yeah, I mean, we want to have professional referees. We've got the Ultimate Call Australia coming up. I mean, people complain how bad and not being able to have referees at nationals. This whole funding process that we're trying to do is going to incorporate me being able to develop and create professional courses so we can actually get professional referees. And the process is already set up for these guys to get paid to do it. So, yeah. We're sort of chatting. It is live.
Oh, that's on you.
We usually have a few. Yeah.
Yeah. Come on. Yeah, that's all.
Wow, we have a hill. It's our first one for the weekend. Our B graders from the Gold Coast Association are it's actually not Rain, it's Ray, Raimona.
Oh,
Not Rain.
That's a spelling error. I know it's Raimona. I somehow put it in there.
Yeah. Has that been like that the whole time?
Yeah, probably.
Oh shit. Okay. See, I can read that. I haven't got my glasses on. Sorry, Ara. We've spelt your name. You're Rain Man now.
There's a rain.
You're Rain Mower, Raimona, and Rob Ellis. What a great match. Great match, gentlemen. Hope you've enjoyed it. Rob's face. I was just saying to Brent. Rob's face was just like he went in off the break, and that out was unreal. So these guys both play B grade in the association, don't they? Still? Yeah. Yeah. So as soon as this match is finished, guys, we will be stopping the stream. I'll shut the stream off and I'll get ready for the next match. And iron the get the table ironed. Just make sure that that's all organised. It is on, but it's still on.
Ask both, but it should be on. Both. Is your one still on?
The iron's still on, yeah. Yep. That one's done, yeah. Play well today, Mr. Milosh. Not an easy out, this one, all a bit clustery. It's got to promote balls. What time does that say? Okay, I haven't got my glasses on.
8+1.
Oh, actually, look at your watch.
It'll be a little bit behind.
Yeah.
Won't be much though.
No, I reckon a 1:30 start. Potentially, depending on how this frame goes, but we'll wrap up, do some interviews. You've had a warm up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like overplaying, so I just had like the
Yeah.
frames.
Yeah. Save the best to last, you think? Our first hill between the B graders.
I just realised there's an instant replay on here.
Or you can use.
I think if we can't get this thing to connect.
Do you need another screen for that?
No, I don't need another one. I've just got to work out how to use it. I've just noticed that it's there. Next.
Hey. Oh, foul. Yep. So long as it's nessified and I can use it, and because if you drop off the face of the earth and I do my streaming, I need to be able to plug and play like I always do. I need to be able to know how to do stuff.
No pressure. No pressure.
Nessie doesn't know how to do it. She don't use it. As long as it's nessified. Next lot of money matches will be probably in about 3 months' time. So sometime in July we'll look at a date that doesn't clash with anything else. We've got have to be careful because we've got New South Wales trials in the second weekend of July. There's the Worlds, there's a whole heap of stuff. Can Ara go the out here? You didn't want both of those to go because he needs that ball. So we'll be taking photos of the players very shortly. Either way. He's driving it in. He's riding every frame home and Rob's just praying for another shot. But I think they've both enjoyed it. And well done to Ara to come back from being down so many frames. He's done really well to just chip away. No, he's right. He's got the double, I think. He can go the centre pocket, but he's got to make sure of it. He's looking at the clock, making sure he's got enough time. He's taking his time. He's still got the extension. I haven't heard any of these guys use their extension yet either. And he's got a snooker.
I think I can just see the edge.
Rob can just see the edge. That's right, he's left him sort of a little bit of a... Actually, he's left him a double.
Are those two connected to your spot?
Should be.
Yeah.
I think so. Just check.
I've got one device connected to there. I'm going to try.
To what?
I've got one device connected to mine. I don't know which one it is.
You could have put it in for me.
Let him know, Rob.
Just make it easy.
How bloody rude.
How rude
of him.
Could have put it in for me. Oh. It's all right, Rob. We've got this thingos over here. They won't hear you. That, yeah. And it's a tappy. All right, he's got to leave the white down the bottom. but I think he can still chip it in. Don't leave the white anywhere down the top end there. What are you doing, Rob? Take your time.
It's just a chip off the bottom side of the spread and leave
Yeah.
the cue ball down the bottom right corner down here.
Oh, not like that. No, that's not what he needed to do. No. What a match. That's a great match. That was our first Hill, ladies and gentlemen. So we will be back shortly. We are going to stop the stream, get ready for the next matches. We are running 15 minutes behind, so we will be right back with you in the next, say, 10 minutes.